Realtors looking to generate high quality leads, the same traffic that Zillow gets, that Realtor.com, that Realtor.ca gets, we're going to generate it for a fraction of the price. This is not theory. I've been doing real estate since 2010, been licensed that entire time. I personally generated 1.76 million in GCI. My team has generated a further and closed $2.97 million in GCI. I currently run the largest Google Ads school for realtors right here on school.com/ads. And I'm gonna walk you through my process step by step. I'm gonna hold nothing back. I'm gonna show you exactly how to set the campaign up and exactly how to get the kind of results that I've gotten, and definitely be worth your time. So let's jump right into it. First things first, we want to create your Google Ads account and we want to get you a credit. So you can use some of Google's money instead of your own. This will help. So what you do is just go into Chrome or any other browser, go ads.google.com, push enter, and it will populate based on where you are in the world. So I'm in Canada. If you're in America, it will populate there and show you in US funds. So the big mistake a lot of people make is they just click claim now, which if you want that option, that works, but just scroll down to the bottom and it's going to give you 3 different options. So there's 600, 1200, and 1800 offer ABC. So the way this works is you spend for the 1800 one, you'd spend $3,600 in Google Ads in the first 60 days from creating the account, meaning today would count. And then you'd get an $1,800 credit after they approved that you were eligible. B is you spend $1,800 with Google Ads in the first 60 days, then you unlock 1,200, 600 with Google Ads offer A, and then in the next 60 days, you unlock the credit. So it'll be different based on where you are in the world. And these offers do change. The most important thing is that whichever one you select, you hit that benchmark. So let's say, for example, we did offer B, spend $1,800 in Google Ads in the first 60 days, meaning we'd have to spend $900 per month for 2 months in a row. Then there's about a 15 to 45 day period where they verify and validate and make sure it makes sense. And then they just credit your account and you're boom, you're good to go. So I'm not going to go through and create this, but all you would do is just click claim now, use your Gmail account, use your email account, go through the process. And the really important part here is obviously which offer you choose and making sure that you maintain it and you actually hit it. But you also need to add your billing credentials, your credit card, or your billing profile when you create the account. I've seen people go through this process and actually not add the billing profile at the time of account creation. And that has oftentimes voided the offer. So make sure you actually add your billing information and your credit card. So a way to verify that this has been done is you click over to billing, then promotions once you've created the account and once you've actually added the billing profile, of course. So billing, promotions, and then you'll see only 1 credit will be here for you. I have a lot because I run Google Ads for a lot of realtors across North America, and we make sure they get the credits if and when possible. So you'll see right here, for example, this one says $500 credit for spending $500 on Google Ads. The status says redeemed. Complete further requirements. That just means they need to spend that $500 within the period of time. If we go down to this one that says processing, that means they spent the $500 and it's in that window of that 15 to 40 days or so. Well, they process, make sure it's validated, and then it will just credit it when it deems it valid. If you want to make sure you get the credit link, instead of trying to put the ads.google.ca in the address bar, just go to the pin comment below that says get your Google Ads credit, click the link, put in your email address, and based on where you are in the world, we'll send you the proper link and make sure this isn't messed up so you can get that credit. So next up, what we're going to do is we're going to jump into actual ad creation, and I'm going to show you this cheat sheet. So this particular cheat sheet here has everything you need as far as headlines, description, site links. I'm going to go through this literally step by step as a tutorial so you can just follow along. And to make sure you do this correctly, you're going to want this particular cheat sheet. Pin comment below, just get your cheat sheet, put your information in there. Once you're on this page, just click File, make a copy, and then you'll have your own copy exactly saved wherever you like. So let's jump into creating a campaign. So we go into, once the account's created, the billing profile is connected, you see under billing and promotions that your actual billing profile and your credit card and whatever is attached. So it's actually going to be able to spend. Then click on create, click on campaign. There we go. So we've got choose your sales, choose your objective. We're going to focus on leads, meaning these are going to be leads signing up on a real estate website. This works on Commissions Inc., Lofty, Real Geek, Sierra Interactive, Follow Up Boss when you have a site connected. All these work. So I'm also going to show you a way to get conversion tracking working to make sure that you're bidding on the right leads that have the highest intent a little bit later in the video. So stay tuned for that. So click leads. Click on continue. You'd have to add a conversion goal for this particular one. If you don't have a conversion tracking set up, which if you just created this account, then you wouldn't. Below in the pinned comment, there's going to be a conversion tracking playlist button. Click that link. That's going to go to my YouTube video or my YouTube playlist, and you can see what CRM that you have or what you're thinking of getting. And then it'll show you how to set up the conversion tracking. It's a little bit different video, of course, but you'll have to do that before you can continue. Click signups, click continue, and then campaign type. So the ad that we're going to run here is what we call a Google search ad. So a Google search ad is this. So you go to, Google, you type in something like Los Angeles, California, homes for sale, and where it says sponsored result, this Zillow ad actually is an ad. So the great thing about this is we're actually going to outrank Zillow, Realtor.com, Realtor.ca. The way I do this, it's going to get leads that are very high intent, very bottom of the funnel, and they're going to be very inexpensive compared to your competitors, which is a huge advantage. So this is a sponsored result. So search, we're going to use website visits, and I'm going to show you inside of Lofty, which is the CRM that I use, how to set this all up. So this is inside my Lofty here. Go ahead and remove the filter. You've got just shy, I think we're almost at 130,000, yeah, 129,000 leads. You can see leads coming in through Google pay-per-click. So what we're gonna do is click over to landing pages. We click on landing pages, we're gonna actually create a landing page to use with this particular offer. So I recommend using listing search campaign, this one right here, click on it. This one we're just going to call test, but you could call, let's do the example LA. So LA homes. For sale. Website source, I always do Google PPC because that's what the majority of our leads are. LA homes for sale, that works. Listing source, that works. Click save. So I've tested all the landing page configurations across pretty much all the real estate CRMs. And this particular one on Lofty converts the best. I'm going to show you the exact settings. So we're going to go over to right here where it says settings. We're going to click no header with footer. So it's going to remove the header, but it's going to keep the footer that has all the compliance stuff for your real estate board or for your MLS. This converts much, much better than when you have your logo branding on the very, very top. The reason being is they come through basically as a portal. They get exactly the information they want. They find a really compelling listing. And then once the listing is clicked, then they have to sign up and create an account. As soon as they create an account, all the branding switches to you. This is key. This is really, really, really important stuff. So let's go to scroll down. We're going to leave this like this. We're going to leave buyer type, our lead type buyer. About 43% of these leads will come in as a seller as well as a buyer, but they're basically raising their hand as a buyer. So we're going to leave listing detail pages, trigger registration. We're going to require a registration based on page views, and we're going to put it at 1 page view. So that means when they click the listing the first time and every time, if they haven't signed up, they have to sign up to see the full listing detail page. So scroll down, leave on Facebook and Google third-party registration. This will cause your cost per lead to be lower. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, and then turn this show chatbot box off. If you look in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see the AI chatbot. So this is an AI assistant with Lofty that will actually text your leads on the website, as well as it can do text and email. But on the website, it works really great once they've signed up. I don't want to show this to them before they've signed up because anything you put on a landing page can prevent them from actually doing the thing that you want them to do. And in this case, I want them to click a listing that they really like and sign up. Turn that off, click publish, click X, and then we're going to go do one more thing here. So we're going to click on this edit button right here, and we're going to do preset filters. So if you don't want rental leads, what you'll want to do is you'll want to click on more, click on purchase type, and then click on just for sale. And there we go. So now it's only showing for sale. We got 1,500 plus properties there. So this particular website doesn't have Los Angeles as an MLS. We do have the Los Angeles data feed on our site, but this particular one that I'm on doesn't. So what you would do is you'd put in Los Angeles here if you had it. This one will do Vancouver because I know this one has Vancouver. Click on that. And then it's only showing properties that are in Vancouver. You can also put price filters on here if you like, or bedrooms and baths, or property types. If you only want to show houses or condos, whatever you really like, you just click OK. And then you click publish. And then you click this little button right here that makes it pop open. And this is your landing page URL, what we call your final URL in Google Ads. So we're going to go back to here, website visits. We're going to paste that in. So this is going to be the primary location people goes to that landing page. And based on the way we configure the ad, you can determine what kind of like customer you want there, or you want to show up. Do you want them to be looking for luxury properties? Do you want them to be 55 plus? There's a bunch of different ways to do it. But this is the basic way that if you just follow step by step, it will work really well. So let's go continue. Campaign name, you can name it whatever you like. Click continue, click start new. There we go. So we're in the account, the ad creation. So bidding, what do you want to focus on? Conversions would be what you would focus on if you have conversion tracking set up. If you don't have it set up, don't worry, we can still create the ad. It will still get good results. And then you can add the conversion tracking after. So just click on clicks. So that's focusing on clicks versus conversions. You can't focus on conversions unless you have conversion tracking set up, of course. You're going to click next. You're going to uncheck Google Search Partners Network and Google Display Network. Reason being is the Google Search Partners Network is actually a conglomerate of about 3 million partner websites that Google has access to, and it will show your ad there, but it won't necessarily show your ad when they actually search the keyword phrase that, like for instance, LA, California, Los Angeles, California homes for sale. We don't want to trigger your ad to show to people that don't have that really high search intent. Again, what we're looking for here is as close to ready to transact buyer and seller leads as possible. And if it shows on these two, they won't be that, so uncheck them. Google Display is just the display network where they create text ads for you. And again, they're not shown when the person is shown the search intent, that the Google search ad that we're creating will. So let's scroll down. Let's go to select locations. We're going to go Los Angeles. We're going to go presence people in or regularly in your location. The reason we're changing that is we don't want people searching LA, California homes for sale that are in Canada or they're in the rest of the world. We're just looking for local buyers and citizens in this case. If you're doing this for Canada, you just enter another location, put Canada here, and then choose that same presence, people in or regularly in your included location. So let's go back to the cheat sheet and I'll show you where it is on here. So on location here, it says country, state, province, and city. So US, Canada, California, Los Angeles. So let's literally do exactly that. So we're going to go enter location. We're going to go United States. We're going to go include. We're going to go California. Include. And we're going to do Los Angeles. So you could do the larger DMA region or you can do the city. It's totally up to you. In this case, we'll do the city. So now we're targeting people that are in United States, California, and Los Angeles specifically, meaning the parent one, which is the United States, is going to be the one that overrides. But we'll be able to see what percentage of people that are signing up are actually in Los Angeles or actually in California or in other states moving in this case. Scroll down, select language, English. Does your campaign have European political ads? Select no. All accounts will be asked this. I don't plan on using them. Click audience segments. There we go. So now in here, we've got audiences. So these are the audiences we're going to add as what we call observation. So we're not targeting specifically on this, but what we want to do is we want to observe what's happening in these audiences compared to our clicks and our conversions, and then potentially bid what we call a bid adjustment on some of these. For example, of residential properties for sale, if the audiences that are in that bucket seem to sign up at a higher rate for a less cost and they're a better quality lead, we want to pay a little bit more for them. So let's do houses for sale. Let's do, so easiest way to do this is click search and then just paste in houses for sale copied from here. And then it will show up and you'll see all the different variations that we need. So in market, houses for sale, new houses for sale, residential properties. In market, meaning they're likely looking to purchase. In market residential properties, in market apartments, in market new. Commercial, I would probably leave that out. Rental, I'd probably leave that out. If you're looking for sales, pre-owned houses, pre-owned, there we go. And if you scroll down a little bit further, you're going to actually see, you can even add detailed demographic homeowners. See what percentage of these people are actually homeowners, knowing that they're going to need to sell at some point. Do not put targeting, put observation. If you put targeting, it's only going to show your ads to these buckets. And we don't know in your region how well these audiences will perform, but we do know how well the campaign will perform. So just leave it as observation, recommended, and click next. So AI Max for search campaigns, this sounds great. Hey, Google, go do these things and get me better leads. In this particular application where this offer is crafted to work extremely well, it's proven over 15 years, it's generated well over 100,000 leads at an average lead cost of about $1.50, just under $1.50. Don't turn this on. This sounds compelling, but in this application, do not. Click next. And then we're gonna click skip. And right here is what the keywords are going to be. So if we go back to the cheat sheet, you'll be able to see what the keywords are. So if we scroll to here, we're going to see all these keywords. So we're going to copy this. We're going to select all. We're going to paste. And here we're doing LA. So we're doing Los Angeles. Make sure you always put the CA, the state. If you don't do that, what will often happen is Los Angeles isn't one necessarily, but there's a lot of city names that are the same they're the same city name is in multiple states. So you want to make sure you're targeting the specific state or the specific province that you're looking for. So here we go like that. We're going to X this one out. We're going to do city state. We're going to do city state, property for sale in city state, sub area for home. So this one would work if you wanted like Beverly Hills. So then you could do like a sub area. So something like that. You could do Los Feliz, which is actually a place in California that I lived at one point. So this is good. This is a really solid list. And of course, if you wanted to add different sub areas, that could be helpful as well. So scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. And here we are literally within the ad. We're actually creating the ad right now. So this is the final URL. This is the landing page that I showed you earlier. And you can actually choose a display path. My real estate website, searchonlinelistings.ca. And in this case, if you wanted to do a display path of like of LA, so it says searchonlinelistings./LA, you could do that. It's not required to do it, but sometimes it can make your ad perform better. So play around with that if you feel up to it. If not, you don't have to put anything here. You can just use your domain. And your domain's important. Mine is very generic, specifically and intentionally. So if you put a domain that's like Corey Prince, top realtor in Los Angeles.com, then they're going to know, okay, this is this guy, Corey Prince's website. But if you do something more generic, they're much more willing to click on it, look around and actually explore it because they don't know you. And if they find something really compelling, like sold prices for a particular property they're interested in, or active listings for a property they really want to see, they'll be willing to exchange their information. You've already paid for them to visit the website by using Google Ads. And then they sign up. Once they sign up, it switches all to your branding is what I recommend. And this is how you build rapport. And this is how you actually convert these into customers. So let's scroll down a little bit further. Let's look at the cheat sheet again. We've got headlines. So we're going to start with this one. We're going to change this one out here. We're going to do the little pin position 1 where it says pin position 1. And if you look here, you can see I've got that selected. See your neighbor's sold price does really, really well as well. Like that. Pin position 2, because that's what it says right here. Listings updated every 5 minutes. Let's go. Let's go here. This one we're going to pin in position 2. So you can do that with the rest of these here. I'm just going to do these 3. You need at least 3 headlines and at least 2 descriptions for the ad to run. But I recommend doing everything that's in the cheat sheet. It will help. It will do really, really well. Scroll down to descriptions. Down here is where we see descriptions. Just copy this, paste, and we're going to do get listings faster than agent sites. Paste. There we go. So add the rest of them if you like, but you only need 3 headlines and 2 descriptions for this to run. So let's scroll down a little bit further. We've got site links. I'll walk you through what that is. So site links are where you have specific pages that actually send a customer to that are filtered. So in this case, what I recommend is property types: houses, townhouses, condos, sold prices, off market if you have it, land, multifamily. You can also do neighborhoods. For the example that I just showed you, it could be Beverly Hills, could be Los Feliz, California, could be Bel Air. So that on the ad, when they searched, Bel Air homes for sale, they see the ad, it looks really great, they're compelled to click it, but they also see another clickable button, site link that says Beverly Hills or Bel Air mansions for sale under 5 million, which would be pretty compelling there because it's very expensive, as you might know. So I'll show you how to do these. Just click on this. You can do a bunch at a time. So for example, let's say we did search Beverly Hills. You've got 25 characters, so that one works. What I recommend here is view all Beverly Hills homes. You could do homes, you could do listings. This one works really well if you have the data. View sold listings to, and then you put the separate URL here that was filtered exactly like that. So for this particular example right here, I would just filter it by the city, Beverly Hills, by whatever price range, by whatever property type, and then I would use that particular link to go here. And you can do that with a bunch of them. As you see in the cheat sheet, I recommend these core ones. If you don't want these particular property types, don't use it. So for example, if you didn't want condos, but you wanted houses and townhouses, create those landing pages. And if you really want to target specific areas, it can work really, really well if you target, like I said, Beverly Hills, Bel Air. If you know a specific market's really hot, has lots of interest, and you do have access to enough listings where it will make sense. For example, the under $5 million, maybe it's under $2 million townhouses, maybe it's under $300,000 houses. It just depends on where you are in the country. So you just can create those en masse like this, and then you can click create. So then you'd have site links there. If you scroll down, you can see view, you can see callouts and structured snippets. So if you go down even further, callouts are a way to basically call out specific things. So you can use ones you've used already. You can click new callout, and then you can just copy and paste these callouts into here. I recommend these ones. They work really, really well. Then once you click save, then it will be available. The next thing you can do is structured snippets. So this is just a way for it to show lists. In this case, we're going to use property types. So houses, condos, townhouses. Only put the ones that you're actually targeting and you're using within your keywords as well, so that you can make sure that this is going to be compelling to the people that actually see the ad. For example, if I searched Bel Air mansions for sale under $5 million, then I would want to see structured snippet that says houses or mansions, right? So the way you do that is you just click more asset types, scroll down, and then just use structured snippets right here just to structure one. So the way you do it is you click create, and then you use header type, and I recommend neighborhoods for the property neighborhood ones. And you can also use types for property types, so condos, townhouses, things like that. So that basically encompasses most of the ad copy and the way that the ad's going to be structured. I'm also going to show you something that's really unique and really special, and it was just created this year, which you will not have had before. And it was not on this cheat sheet for anybody who ever had this before. So this is all brand new. It's this, what we call the final URL suffix. So we're going to copy this, and then we're going to go into the ad. I'm going to click cancel to get out of here. Click X to get out of here. We're going to scroll all the way down to where it says add URL options. And this little section that says final URL suffix, we're going to paste that. What this is going to do is it's really amazing. It's going to actually tag the particular lead in Lofty, and I'll show you an example in a second, with the campaign ID, so you can attribute sales to individual campaigns and the keyword phrase that they searched. So if they search Beverly Hills, California homes for sale or mansions for sale under 5 million, it will say that directly in the lead. So let me show you inside Lofty how this all works. So here's inside a lead from one of my white glove customers. White glove is when I set everything up for them and get these campaigns just to rock and roll and get them really inexpensive leads, usually under $5. In fact, if any of this is over your head and that's what you want, or you want to explore that, just click the link below in the pinned comment that says join my Google Ads school. You'll be able to see others' experiences there and a free video course and a bunch of other information. So make sure to check that out. So back to here, the final URL suffix that I just added to the campaign. When you do that and you send them to Lofty landing page like I'm doing, it puts the campaign ID tagged, so you can actually attribute to this campaign ID, and the actual keyword phrase searched. So Provo, Utah homes for sale is what this particular customer searched. So you know exactly what the search intent is. The beautiful thing about this is as time goes on, these customers start to see, okay, this particular campaign ID is showing up in all of the sales, or more of the sales that we're closing, more of the deals that we're closing than the other ones. So you go, okay, this one's working a lot better. Let's turn off or turn down the other campaigns, and let's turn this one up because it's generating a 10 or a 20 times return on investment. So really powerful stuff. Back in the campaign, we're going to go over here and we're going to click done. So it's got keywords. We're going to click next. Now it's going to recommend a average daily budget. So what I typically recommend is $33 per day, which is around $1,000 per month. That does really, really well. And most people within the first 30 days of running the campaign are getting leads anywhere from $2 to about $10, depending on if they set it up or if I set it up. Click on custom budget, click 33. That's local too. So 33 Canadian or 33 US, either is fine. Click next. Right now it's going to check for errors, and if there's any errors, it will let us know. And if there is, it will go ahead and tell us to correct them before we can publish it. When that happens, you'll actually see like a blue publish button right here. You click publish, and then it will go ahead and publish for you. There's a couple other quick things that we're going to need to do to target and remove unqualified traffic to get that lead quality up as high as possible, which is really important. So I'll do that shortly. So this will typically pop up confirming that it's you to do two-factor authentication, maybe a text or a pop-up on your phone. You just click confirm. Once you do that, it will have the little blue button here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and show you, once you've done that and you've published the campaign, it'll go into a learning phase or an ad approval process. It takes anywhere from about an hour to a full day for it to approve. During that time, what you need to do is you need to go into the campaign. Oh, bidding, here we go. Perfect. Click next. There, so we're into the location settings. One thing I need to do is I need to add negative locations. So these are the core ones that we're gonna add. Just click copy, then go into location options, click this. Click advanced search, add locations in bulk, click that. Click search, and we're gonna exclude all of these. So we don't want any traffic from here. We already have the targeting set, so it should only have traffic from the United States, but just in case, we wanna make sure to remove this because it won't be quality traffic for what we're trying to accomplish. We're trying to get US citizens or Canadian citizens to look for properties in their own country. So click exclude all. You can see it's excluding those, click save, and you'll know it's done right when you see locations on top, and then you see excluded locations on the bottom. Make sure it says people in or regularly in your included locations. It'll also confirm this once again, and everything's good. So once the campaign is published, this will change to enabled. If it doesn't, make sure it's changed to enabled, which is green, and then therefore the ad will go into ad approval and start to serve at some point. There's one more thing we need to do to strip out unqualified traffic. So we're going to click on keywords, and we're going to click on negative keywords. So I've already had them added here, but I'm going to show you where to get them on the cheat sheet to make sure you do this properly. So you're going to go and you're just going to select this whole column. So from abandoned all the way down to under. One easy way to do it is just go like this and then click copy, which is Control C. We're going to click add, select campaign, make sure it's the exact campaign that you were just working on. It's going to paste. It's copied the title, of course. We don't want that, but just makes it easier. Just go like this, like this. And there we go. Then what we do is we just click save, and then it would add those as negative keywords. Also, there's another list that you're going to want to add as a negative keyword based on where you are. So if you're in Canada, add this list. If you're in the United States, add this. The simplest way to do this is just select the whole column like I did, and then click Control C, which will copy it. And then you can just add it below here as well. Obviously fills up with the rest of the rows because there's tons of rows there. Go up like this. Scroll down. Do the same thing just to remove negative keywords in USA. So this is the American one. And you're going to need to make sure that you remove the appropriate state or city. So for example, we're targeting California. We need to remove California. The rest of them are good to stay. And if there's a city that you're using, make sure to remove that. So in this case, Los Angeles. So look for the major city and the state is typically, or the major city and the province is typically how this is going to work. And then you literally just click save. And then what it will do is when somebody's searching variations of LA, California homes for sale, or whatever, Beverly Hills or whatever of the keywords that you used, it will strip out people searching those in conjunction with variations of phrases like this, just so we're not getting traffic of somebody looking for a home in Seattle by accident and then paying for them to view the ad, click the ad, when in reality, they're looking in Seattle. They're not looking in California, right? I hope this has been super informative. If you like this and you want to get seller leads as well specifically, make sure to grab the cheat sheet in the pinned comment where it says get the cheat sheet, because on the tab you're in right here, you're going to get people signing up as buyers with this campaign. It does extremely well. It's generated well over $3 million in GCI so far. And about 43% of them statistically are sellers as well that we found. If you want a specific seller campaign, there's seller leads campaign here. And there's the newest one that I just released for customers that I'm just giving to you and you can just do it on your own, Seller Leads 2.0. And if you want to know how to set this up, go to my YouTube channel, which is right here. Click on it and then search for seller leads. I'm actually getting seller leads for $5 with this Seller 2.0 campaign that are super targeted in a really narrow area. So I hope this has been helpful. If any of this is over your head and you're like, Corey, I just want this to work. I just wanted you to do this for me. Just go to school.com/ads, which is the join my Google Ads school link that's in the pinned comment. It'll show you this page. Then you can click on it, click join group. Once you join group, it'll take you to the community. You can see the community. It's about 12,000, mostly realtors in Canada and the US. You can see I have specific videos on how to get the credits, people talking about white glove, which if you click this little white glove button, you can see exactly how they're getting results with white glove when I set the campaign up for them. And you can also see a full classroom. For instance, Tucker here, 4K into 40K in GCI in 4 months. It's just phenomenal. Love it. Click on Classroom. You'll get the Google Ads Masterclass. This is a full 24-hour video course. I used to charge $500 a month for this. I decided, you know what? No more excuses for people. This is just totally free so you can do it on your own. And I also do live training every Monday. So click on calendar, go to the next Monday. In this case, it's going to be May. And you can see the topic. You can add it to your calendar. You can show up and I'll be there live doing a Q&A near the end. So watch the training, implement it, ask me questions, and I will see the rest of you in the winner circle.